The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello and welcome to ParentMatch 2.0. I'm Lori Bearer-Ingber and I am here as the president of ParentMatch to give you a brief walkthrough of our new system. As you can see from the home page, if you've been here before, it looks the same on the outside. It's actually very different once we log in. So that's what we're going to do. Click Login. This is where your username, your email address, and the password that you came up with will be. You click Sign In. And you can see here that we've really simplified the dashboard. This is your dashboard right here, what we consider your home base. Up at the top, it's going to say your name, and then the menu button is helpful to review your account information, like updating your billing information, updating your address, any names in the system that you want us to have. You can also log out from here, obviously, or click here to quickly send us feedback through the site. It goes straight to our main email. That way someone can get back to you right away with a question, but it's an easy way to get in contact with us if you're thinking about something while you're on the site. Down below, you're going to see what we call your match summary. First is the number of potential matches you have for all of your clients total. If there's a number that's greater than 0 here, that means you need to do something. You have an action to take. So as we can see, ours says 8. We'll go through how to actually utilize this later, but it means that either one of your clients has 8 matches, or 8 of your clients has 1 match, or any combination of that. But there are 8 new potential matches, and you should be looking them over. Pending matches are those that you know about, you've already looked over, and you've moved them to the pending box, and you think are going to work out, but the papers haven't been signed yet. Successful matches are just that. They are signed, sealed, delivered, no pun intended. These second 2 categories, the pending and the successful, are just for your personal statistics. The first one is action-oriented. It means you need to do something. So we're going to skip over the Add a New Client for a moment. And down here, you will be able to see the tabs Birth and Adoptive, Child, and Inactive. These are your families. These are the families and the children that you have put into the system. And these are only your families. These are not families or children from any other agency or adoption attorney. You can use the tabs to quickly navigate through the families. If you have 50 families in here and you don't want to scroll through all of them, you could also use the search box up here and search for your clients by first name, by last name, or by ID number. So that's an easy and simple tool. The other way, you can always look through them and see how many birth parents you have, how many adoptive parents you have, how many children you have. Inactive we'll get to later. So on to really the crown jewel, the Add a Client section. I'm going to click that. And it will take you to this page where you have the option of selecting who you're putting in. Adoptive parent is pick the right one. We changed down below based on who you've chosen. These are questions that you're going to easily know from the home study or from the interviews that you've done with your client. You are going to fill out each of these questions, and we're going to do that quickly now. So the due date of the child, this is something that you're obviously going to know. The gender, if it's known. Potential prenatal care that's been happening, yes, no, consistently, inconsistently. This is the type of adoption that the birth parents are interested in. You can select more than one here. So if the birth parents say semi-open or fully open, you can click the control key and select more than one. What we didn't do actually is put in names. You don't have to put in 2 names. You just have to put in at least one parent's name. So so that the file will save. You can also see that a randomly generated ID number is right here. So if you have a match with another agency or attorney, they will call, and instead of saying Jerry and Jerome as the birth parents, they are going to know their ID number only to protect everybody's privacy. So they are going to refer to your client by their ParentMatch ID number, 337-33796, and that's something that you can put into that search tab on your dashboard and quickly, in a second, find out which birth parents they're talking about of yours. So we are going to go through and finish out these questions: the state of residence, wherever this birth mother lives, or these birth parents, the race of the birth mom or the birth dad. You can choose more than one. So if she is Hispanic, white, and Native American, that is fine. Whatever she is. If you don't know the race of the birth father, that's okay. You don't have to click anything, or if she doesn't know. Otherwise, click whatever they are. These are child special needs. These are all new and expanded options in ParentMatch 2.0. But as you know, we match infants who aren't born yet, pregnant women, infants, and older children. So some of these child special needs would really only be applicable to older children. Some of them they may know prenatally, but you click if they have any of them. The health status of the birth mom. We have some physical and mental handicaps and illnesses here, so we can choose however many she may have. This is new also, detailed drug or alcohol exposure, what she used, if she used anything, and again, you can click more than one, and how often she used them, daily, weekly, rarely, or it's not applicable. We're going to say that she used these drugs weekly throughout her pregnancy. This is another new part. We can say here anything we need to know that's super important. So you can say anything you want about this expectant mom that you think is really relevant for people to know before they call you and say, oh, I think I have a match with your client. Things like, this child is a twin, and then knowing that there's another file that you're going to have to look at. Or this expectant mom only wants not only people who are Catholic to be the adoptive parents, but people who attend Mass every week, or something very specific. So this is a way we're going to say that this child is a twin. So you can see what that looks like. Now we're going to scroll down, and here it says, expectant parents are interested in an adoptive family with the following characteristics. If any of these things matter to the expectant parents, you will fill them out. If they don't, you can leave them blank. Do they care how old the expectant parents are? We're going to say here that she wants Catholic parents. She doesn't care what race they are. She can choose where the parents come from if she cares. What kind of a parent relationship do they have? Single man, single woman, married, married man, woman, 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 man, man, as you can see, and so forth. So we're going to say they are married man and woman. This is one of the big things that we've heard from our adoption agencies, that a lot of expectant moms do care how many adopted children versus how many biological children are in the home. So we're going to say she doesn't want any biological children in the home, but up to 2 adopted children would be fine. Here's a place where you can say this is where your agency or your firm is allowed to work. Some places, a lot of firms can't work in New York, or they can only work in Illinois. Wherever it is fine. You can select as many as you want. If you can work everywhere, great. And again, what kind of adoption the parents are looking for. Another place for notes. At this point, as you can see, it took us 2 to 3 minutes, and these are all things that you will know from the home study. We're going to click Add. Right now, Jerome and Jerry don't have any adoptive parents in the system that meet their needs. This is where you would find that. So what we're going to do is go back to the dashboard. This is Kelly, another one of our birth parents, and she has one match. This is what's going to look like when there's one match. It's going to say the name of the adoption professional you're calling. This is the ID number of the adoptive parents at the other agency who are a potential match, where they're located, the phone number of the adoption professional, their email address, who you're asking for, what kind of if you can match with adoption attorneys or adoption agencies if they're willing to work with both adoption attorneys. And these are some notes about these parents, that they are willing to have yearly visits with the birth parents, just so that you know. Now, as soon as you see a match on any level, you would call or email right away. And this is when you would start talking to the other agency or the other adoption attorney about the match. If you've spoken to them and you think, you know what, it looked like a good match on paper, it doesn't feel like a good match now, you go over to the star and you write unlikely. As you can see, Kelly, as the birth mother, now has no new matches. What we could have done, though, is said, I actually think this is going to work out. They're talking, you know, the plan is for them to work out, and you're going to put her in the pending category. We'll go back to our dashboard and see that we have something pending here. And now we only have 7 new matches. So there's still 7 things we have to take care of here, and we can scroll down and look through all of these. These are adoptive parents who have 2 potential children or expectant moms to be matched with. This expectant mom, it says there have been limited drug exposures. And we would do the same thing. We would call them, email them, both, go through and say, is it likely, is it unlikely? And until we have no more stars here. The stars really mean do something right away. As you know, time is really of the essence. After you call and chat with the adoption professional, you basically make the call about, you know, what they're going to be, a pending match, you know, or it's not going to be likely, and you change the status of the client. If someone calls you, as I was saying before, about a client with a client number, you go here to your dashboard and put in the client number that they may be saying to you over the phone, and here's your client, which you can pull up right away and say, oh, okay, wonderful, let's have a discussion about me and you. So a couple of important notes. First, the matches have to go both ways. So just because you may have adoptive parents that would be open to anything, any race, any medical issues, any age child, it doesn't mean that necessarily they're going to get chosen or they will have a lot of matches once you put them in, because there has to be an expectant mom or child in there who's looking for exactly what they have. The point at ParentMatch is to make the matches as specific as possible the first time so that there isn't a lot of back and forth and you aren't really wasting your time on matches that aren't good for your clients. This is a back-end service. Most agencies don't even tell their families that they're using it. We are here to help you to make your lives easier. We're excited to do this. ParentMatch 2.0 so far was launched this week, is already doing its job well, and everybody is really thrilled at the changes that we've made. So I hope you have a pretty good understanding of how this works. We are always here to answer your questions. You can email us at info@parentmatch.com or me personally, lori.ingber@parentmatch.com, and I'm happy to answer your questions. Thanks so much. Have a great day.